Hello and welcome back to Table Talk Tuesday. I'm Tavia Galvin and this is
Nikki Thompson.
And we are just 2 of the 6 members of Colorado Urban Living Team, and we are here to talk to you guys about why right now is a really good time to buy.
Exactly. We have a couple of reasons, and the first one are interest rates.
Yeah, so our interest rates are still really low. So even our conventional loan limits, I want to say, are 3 1/4.
Yes.
Around
3 1/8.
And if you're able to do a jumbo loan, those are even a little bit less. So that's a good opportunity to kind of get into a smaller interest rate and take advantage of a larger home price, if you would.
Our lender was just sharing with us that they locked a buyer in on an $880,000 loan at 3%.
Yeah, that's great.
So jumbo rates are great right now. And then our loan limits, our conforming loan limits have increased. So in the Denver metro area, right now they're at $596,000, but most lenders, excluding banks, are going up to $625,000 in the Denver metro area. And when we were looking at some different locations as well, Boulder was almost $660,000 for Boulder County. And if you're going up to Grand County, you're looking for a vacation home. Those are right now at 6 1/4 as well. But we will have firm conforming loan limits the end of this month.
Right. And the interest rates right now, the Fed has met. They're talking about raising those rates come the first of the year. So to what? I think is always up in the air.
Right.
Hopefully not crazy, but you're taking a gamble to get to the first of the year and knowing that those rates will increase up, which will definitely take your purchase price down.
A little bit, yes. And I don't think they'll be going above 4 is what we've been told. Okay, some other items to talk about today are the holiday season.
Yes.
It's so fun.
I think it's a great time to buy during the holiday season. It's kind of a double-edged sword. There might not be as many homes on the market, but we already struggle with low inventory. But you're also not competing with as many buyers because people are hunkering down, families coming into town. It's the last thing on their mind is to buy a house right in the middle of the holiday season.
Right.
So I think if you have the bandwidth for it, you should take advantage of that for sure.
I agree 100%. And then some of our clients have been asking if we're in a bubble. And so let's just talk about if right now is not the good time for you to purchase, which we really believe it is. In fact, we have some lender partners right now that are even offering closing costs for your loan value. Just they're really putting their money where their mouth is, I would say.
Yeah, I think they're really trying to help buyers get their foot in the door so you can start earning your wealth and your appreciation in your home.
Agreed. So now we're coming into 2022 as of the first of the year. So if it's just not, you can't even wrap your brain around purchasing right now, let's kind of talk about forecasting. And let's hold off actually 1 second. I did want to talk about those that may have leases up in spring.
Right. We have a lot of spring leases. Spring is when everybody gets a lease.
Through May.
Yeah.
I would say March through May.
Yeah. Or even open to June. But I think another reason why it's a good time to buy, and I think Nikki would agree, is that paying that lease break fee, which might be a couple $1,000s, is well worth that because when you wait to purchase in March, April, or May, the home value prices are probably $20,000, $30,000 more in appreciation.
Yeah, and they're forecasting another 6%. So when you do the math, if you have better selection now, lower interest rates now, if your lease is up in the spring, it's a conversation for us to have.
Yeah, I think a lot of people go into buying and saying, well, I'm not breaking my lease. There's just no way I can't afford this couple $1,000s. But if you get in now, by the time your lease is actually up, you've already gained so much appreciation in your home. And you also haven't had to readjust your purchase price value because if your purchase price is maximum $500,000 now, come March, April, May, you're probably close to what, 530?
Yeah.
Potentially, depending on where you're at.
So they're estimating another 6%.
So.
And our Denver market appreciates from March until the end of June. That is when all of our appreciation happens. And that's why you see all the price reductions that are going now kind of on in our market in September and October, because the stage is not being set appropriately.
Yeah.
All of our appreciation happened. You should be listing at market value. You should not be listing at a higher value in the fall and our stats have been pretty consistent with that over the last 4 years.
Yeah, I would say I know a lot of people think that if there's a price reduction that there's something wrong with the house. They just missed the market.
They just missed it. It can
just
be
by a scotch.
It can be like a $5,000 price reduction, and then there's an offer the next week.
Yeah.
So no reason to panic.
You were talking about the bubble.
Yes. Okay, so the bubble.
The 2007 bubble.
2007 bubble.
It's a different bubble.
We're
not in a bubble.
We're not in a bubble. So there's more equity in each and every average home in the Denver market than there was in 2007. 2007, they were allowing buyers to purchase with zero amount down. They were allowing them to state their income with no proof of what they're from their employer or anything.
Which is wild.
Yes. So there was a large risk. So when people started to lose their jobs, they lost their house because they couldn't afford them, but it was easy to walk away because there was no equity in the home itself. Not the case for 2021. I think there's over 50% of all households have over 50,000 in over 50% equity in their homes. And if you are in financial trouble, if something has happened, God forbid to you and your family where you're needing to sell, you have equity to do that. There's no reason to walk away. So there's not going to be a bubble.
No.
At least for the next 3 years. It might plateau a little bit after that, but we are predicting another 3 years strong in the Denver metro area.
Healthy market for sure.
Which, let's talk about that and then we'll be done. 3 years,
3
right?
years.
Okay. This is where we're going to go kind of a few stats on you. Please forgive me.
3 years is an eternity, especially with stats. So here we go.
Yeah, so 2018, if you purchased a detached single family home, the average price in 2018, 3 years ago, was $525,000. Like fast forward 3 years, 2021, the average price per home is $687,000. So $150,000 increase in average price over a 3-year period. So you get your foot in the door. We are forecasting another good market. I don't know if we're going to see 6% appreciation over all of those 3 years, but it's going to be a healthy market, and it's still a great time to buy.
I think this is also a good fact to show people, because a lot of people think, gosh, I'm overpaying.
Right.
I'm overpaying for my house. Well, that person 3 years ago might have felt that way, but now they have appreciation of $150,000. So you're not overpaying. The market will catch up to you.
Right.
But it also moves a lot faster than you can save.
Yes, I agree. So I think we've hit everything that we wanted to talk to you about today about why your situation's unique and it's worth the conversation. So if you're thinking about purchasing in 2022, reach out to us now. It's worth
I think it's
discussing.
worth discussing your options and kind of showing you really what it would cost you to do it now versus later.
Absolutely. I think that's all for Table Talk.
Whoa, and that, my friends.
Thanks for joining us again. We'll see you next time. Bye.